Hello and welcome to the V5 showcase. Sorry this took a little bit longer than expected. It's not quite the 10th. I've basically spent every waking minute from morning to night trying to get this cheat to be released. And sorry if I sound a little funny, I'm actually sick. Seems like every single time I try and record, I get sick. It's so weird. But first, I want to explain a few things like when is it going to release for everybody, and also what is the light version and what is the normal version. First, I'm going to be pulling people from whoever submitted their applications from the Discord. If you haven't joined the new Discord, the link is in the description. But after we get a few more days of testing with more people, we will then release it to the public, and that's going to be in my next video. And now for what is the light version versus the normal version. The normal version is what you're going to see in this video today. We don't quite have the light version set up. The light version is basically just going to be a version that has limited configurations, but it still will have the same performance. You just might not get some visuals or the customization ability. There's a few reasons behind this. One, it does cost thousands of dollars to run this cheat, and it's just coming out of my pocket. I kind of had to make a decision whether to discontinue the cheat or actually make something that's slightly a paid version. I figured this is the best way to make it slightly profitable as well as making it free, especially since new users don't really know how to configure, so this is just making it as simple as possible for new users, and if they wanted to upgrade for a more custom experience, then they can. I do think that V5 is an absolute massive leap compared to V4. There is still a lot to do. This is definitely not going to be a finished release. I'm going to be adding a lot more, but with that being said, let's just jump right into this showcase. I'm gonna pause right here real quick. Turns out I just recorded an hour for nothing. The audio wasn't working. Oh my god. I'm sick. I'm tired. I probably put in like 80 hours this week on LuckyCharms alone. I'm not going to do a full showcase video. I'm going to just do more of what's different from V4 and things to note. Basically, cut the BS and only what's important. So first things first, you've seen the menu before. This is the inject animation as well. I do want to make it so there's multiple inject animations as well as the time control. You have the different custom config names as well as you can open the folder to the config location. So if you want to send it to anybody or whatever, you can change the scale of the menu, and you can also save and load the menu position to wherever you want. I think one of the coolest features are the post-processing effects. You got invert, TV screen, test, color, drunk, and pixel. You also got some color correction abilities, so you can change the saturation and contrast if you want. Most people just do it with editing software, but now you can just do it straight up in the game at all times. We also have this button that does absolutely nothing. Why I added it, actually saw somebody recommend it, so I added it. The legit section is a very work in progress. Actually, before V5, I was redoing a lot of the V4 sections. I had redid the legit section, and it was actually really good, but I never got around to finishing it, so that's what's going to be in the new V5 eventually. And you can click on these sub-tabs to change the weapon configs as well. The miss section is very much the default normal stuff. For the legit auto jump section, you can change the frequency of when it activates. Pretty good if you just want to slightly B-hop a little bit more. This is where a lot of the meme section will be, as well as the mini games. Right now, there is no real mini games or memes in here yet. Still trying to focus on the cheat itself more, but I will be adding a lot more soon. For now, the only real meme is Slenderman mode, which is pretty cool. And if you haven't seen it before in-game, this is the new clan tag. It's got some random numbers in it. I think it is pretty cool. For the visuals, it's very default stuff. You can change the box to an outline or gradient. You can change the health to a gradient. The weapons don't have icons just yet. I will be adding that. Flags, FOV circles instead of arrows, because I like circles for some reason. You got 3 cham options. I'm probably going to add more, as well as you can add a glow overlay. The glow overlay sucks on this map, so that sucks. And you got your typical backtrack chams or glow. You can do the same for the local and team, but right now I don't have all the options in because I just haven't gotten around to do it. You got your third person. You can change the distance of it, as well as don't forget to right click and change the mode to either toggle or whatever you want. It's always on by default because some people just don't know you can change the ability to toggle it, and then they complain on the forums that it's not working. So yeah, you got your custom aspect ratio, or you can choose one of the normal aspect ratios that most monitors have. You can change your FOV and how FOV changes when you zoom into scope. You got your new hit marker sound, as well as the world hit marker, which is another circle. Bullet tracers for now only work for the aimbot shooting. Probably to add like enemies and all that later. For keybind indicators, you get a little window that you can pop out and move around wherever you like. You can change the penetration crosshair to either a cross or a circle. Yeah, there is something wrong with me, I know. Or you can force the crosshair to always on or always off. Good whenever you have a penetration crosshair and you don't want your normal crosshair interfering. For the world, you only have your basic night mode and sky changer. Probably will add more later on. You could change your view model, your FOV, and the position and all that. It's all set up to where I kind of have it the same in my videos, so if you like that, you can get it. You could disable a little swaying motion of your hands if you wanted to. You could change the rotation of your view model as well, make it so you can just kind of shoot yourself, or make it aim at the aimbot targets as well. And you can remove your sleeves, but that's mostly for like the CT characters. The defense section is very similar to the section in V4, your typical AA stuff and your, base fake lag and your max fake lag. If you don't know what you're doing, then that's exactly why the light version is free. You could do overrides like auto direction, which is also known as freestanding, change the amount, the desync side to it, or you could just manually set your anti-aim side. And now for Rage, you got your typical Rage configuration to where the general config does every weapon except for whatever you override. So if you want to just do everything on this general config, and then you can have a specific auto or scout or whatever config. You got your basic stuff. Min damage goes up to 125, which is kind of the same thing as HP plus 25. You got some preset body options. You can override your min damage amount. You got hit chance and then accuracy boost, which is more an experimental thing. I would always suggest having it slightly below whatever you have your hit chance at. For the auto config only, you have a no scope hit chance as well if you want to configure that. You got a normal, early, and smart auto stop. Smart is basically just the combination of both of those. And smart auto scope basically just makes it easier to no scope enemies. For double tap, you can change the recharge delay as well as the different mode. You got offensive, defensive, or instant. I do plan on adding, hide shots in there as well, and probably a few other exploits. A couple things I forgot to mention, you can copy and paste the colors that you want. I do plan on redoing the color pickers entirely. I'll make it so you can make custom palettes or whatever you want, as well as change the keybind system because it confuses a lot of people. They don't know you can right click it or even click it. But for the most part, that's really it. I appreciate you guys being patient for this release. I have definitely spent a lot of time and work on this, so I hope you guys really do enjoy it. Again, I hope to have it publicly released for everybody in the next few days. But I think that's it for the showcase. My throat is absolutely dying right now. Hope you guys are excited to use it. I can't wait to hear all your feedback. If you saw something you don't like or you want added, feel free to comment a suggestion down below. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.